txt height. Text equals string.empty. And LBL BMI.text equals string.empty. Okay, that's all that really needs to happen in there. Just going to clear the screen. Probably when we do clear the screen, though, we want to put the cursor back up into the weight text box. So we'll do a txt weight.focus paren semicolon, and then it'll take the cursor back to it, so the user can start typing right away. All right. Now, let's select the calculate button. Let's go to the calculate button. So first off, we're going to declare some variables. I'm just going to stub this out. Then we're going to get values from the screen. And then we will do the math. And then we will display the results. Okay. So typically I like to put in my comments, and then you're just coming back and filling in the pieces. So you can do a little work and come back and say, oh, I got this yet to do, let's do that. Okay, so what do we need? We need some sort of a numeric variable, and we want to be as the least amount restrictive as we can. So what I'll do probably is make variables from a numeric perspective that can house decimal points. All right. So the first one is going to be a double. Could have picked could have picked float, we could have picked double, we could have picked decimal. Double is going to be the most flexible, so we're going to stick with that. Little prefix on this variable to say what data type it is, DBL for double, and then we'll call it DBL weight, semicolon. Another one for height. One for the answer, DBL BMI, and then we're going to add a constant. Okay? And this constant is going to be a value that we're going to use in our description. In the book, you see we use something. We have a calculation with the word the number 703 in it. We're going to put that into a constant so we can use it in other places in our app if we decide we want to. So and a constant is a special type of variable that doesn't ever change. Well, we denote that with the keyword const in small. We give it a data type, double, and then I'm going to give it a name, BMI underscore convert. One naming convention used in the industry is to keep your constants with all capitals. There are others, but that's the one I'll use here. That's going to be equal to 703. So you've got to give it a value too. Now we're getting squiggles just because we haven't used it yet. No big deal. Green squiggles are not a problem. It's the red ones that we hate. Okay. Get values from the screen. DBL weight equals, now we've got a double here, and if I put, we all, I'm sure can understand that this comes from the text box. But the problem with that is that all text in the text box is string variable, string data, and this is numeric. You cannot put string data into a double data type, numeric data type. You can't. I use an analogy of apples and oranges. You can't use apples and oranges. You got to all have them to be apples. So what I'm going to do is take this element on the right, and I'm going to convert it to a double. And we can do that a couple different ways. I'm going to use the double dot parse method, and what that does is it accepts a string value and converts it into a double. Okay, just exactly what we want to do. And then we're going to do the same thing with weight. Double.parse of txt height. So weight and height are both done. So now I've got a double type variable that I can actually use. Math is always done against numeric data types. Now we're going to do the math. DBL BMI equals DBL height times BMI convert, using our new constants, divided by a function off of a magical object called math. Now you see, if I do a math dot, I get lots of different mathematical tangent cosine functions. Exponential, floor, log, min, pi, pow. That's what we're looking for. A lot of different things we can work with. So it's kind of nice that it's in there. We can round, a very helpful thing. But we want to do the power function, which is POW. And you'll see that if we left paren that, POW expects two doubles. One is going to be our height variable, which is the first one. And the second one is the power that we're taking it to. So DBL height, comma, 2, which can be, if you look at it, that's DBL squared, DBL height squared. Close paren, semicolon. Okay. And then what we'll do is display our answer. That's the wrong one, isn't it? Yeah, no, that's right. You see the confusion with those guys. LBLBMI.text equals double BMI, semicolon. Now that's a problem again. Same reason as the problem up here before. If this is a double, this is a string. And it cannot convert from that. So we have to convert the right to string. And we do that not by doing the comparative, but by calling the toString function just to get it to string. So now we have a string on the right and a string on the left. All right, we're good to go. So let's run it. F5. Put in 100. Put in height of, I think that's inches, 67. BMI is 15, so he's anorexic, I think. We go 200. That's also a little better. I believe it's 28 to 30 is not good. But you see two problems. Well, the one problem we have right now, this displays as way too long. I think typically BMIs are really just out to 2 decimal spots, if not a whole number. Let's just check our clear button. I'm going to do it by hitting the escape key to see if my mnemonic works. And it did. Yay. Now if I hit the enter key to see what happens, I have nothing on the screen. Should get an error. And we do. So this is a problem because the double dot parse doesn't accept blanks. We'll take a look at that a little bit later. So we got to fix those two problems. Well, let's fix the display first. Well, if we just put an M2 in our toString at the bottom here, it will convert that, or display a whole number with 2 decimal points. Let's see if that works. 267, much better. Okay. Something else we want to do is our display. We have numeric data, and they're displaying on the left, which is incorrect. We want to display all numeric data on the right, string data on the left. So what I'm going to do is highlight those two particular controls, and I'm going to change their left text align to be right. Okay. You saw there was 3 choices here. Those are for text boxes. We also want to click on the label and look at the same property, but when you pull this down, you notice it has 9 different choices. So we're going to go with middle right on there. Slightly different layout. You have a little more control over the label depending on where it goes. All right. The last thing I want to show you in this particular video is dealing with the change event, the text change event. So the idea is, if I run this again, I have something in here, I have something in here, and if I change anything, let's see what we calc here. Now if I change anything, I want to have the answer clear, so it doesn't give this mistaken representation that these numbers all go together. Okay. So what we're going to do is every time that somebody types in here or here, we're going to clear the answer. We do that with the text changed event. To get to the text change event, all you have to do is double click on the text box, and then we'll say what type the code we want to do. Clear the output label, which is LBL BMI dot text equals string dot empty. And we're going to do the same in the height box. In fact, I'm just going to copy that right there. So now we have 5, and I do 267, clear there. Okay, we got our number. And if I type in one of them, it cleared it out. Wonderful. And I'm going to calculate again and go back and then change the top one, which also cleared it out. Okay. So that's all you need to do for that text change. Hope this was helpful. As we're going to be going forward, I'll be adding more videos through a different tool called Blackboard Collaborate. So some of these videos are going to be replacing themselves, and we'll just have to see it as we go along. You can expect more videos to pop out. This is Brian Foote. Have a great day.